All right, we are here, and guess what? It's actually a Tuesday. So welcome to Matrix Money, everybody.
We did it.
Yeah, we made it. Yay! And yeah, I'll tell you what. Although even today, a little bit of a rough start there, because Jar is having some weather issues, like tornado warnings in Canada, folks. So
yeah, we get those.
it's like, holy cow. Oh man. Well, we're gonna let the notifications go out. So welcome everybody as you're kind of coming on in here. We'll start with what we got to talk about shortly. Pretty much today is all about hacks and scams and basically everybody getting their money rugged from them at every which way but loose. And sorry, there we go. No, save that. That's the very end. That's for the very end. Oh yeah. Man. Jar, man, how's it going, brother? I mean, are you okay? You safe up there or what?
Yeah. So after the wildfires, we decided to get it interesting with some tornado watches, and that's how we're rolling today. Just a quick heads up: if I just for some reason fall offline, it's because I lost power again. So it's been flickering a lot in my area. So that's just a quick heads up over here. But everything's good. Other than that, everything is good. How are you doing, CPM? How's everything on your side of the
tornadoes flowing through here? Blah, it's all good.
Yeah. Gotta make it
honestly, yeah, we got some weather going through, but no tornado warning. So I guess I should be feeling lucky. So, but it is what it is. Just kind of getting through the week. It's it is what it is. We'll go shout out the chat pretty soon, and then we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be talking a little bit about MetaMask and them letting in North Korean hackers. We're gonna talk about another bridge exploited.
I'm just gonna pull myself off the screen just for a quick second here. Because something's acting a little finicky.
Yeah, go ahead. No worries. We'll try and keep it going. Although it looks like I'm even glitching out right now. Great. Anyway, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be talking a little bit about MetaMask. We're gonna be talking a bit about Allbridge, their recent exploit, and of course, we talked about the Robinhood Chain, and yeah, that was last week. We talked about 40% of the transactions last week being fake, and now this week, their biggest meme coin launch pad is now poof. Gonzo. But I can tell everybody here would be very surprised by that. Not.
Yeah. So much. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go shout people out. Jay Styles is in the house, number one here. Appreciate you being here, Jay Styles.
He said it right. You got to be happy with that, Jay Styles.
I know. I listen, I was practicing ahead of time because he was here that early. Because I always get it wrong. I just can't help myself. I'm sorry. Oh, damn it, Dave is in the house. There he is. Nice.
Shout out to damn it, Dave.
Oh, stream that. Yes. Yeah, the stream is just not going well so far. Just
no.
Andy is in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Back at listen. We can't guarantee we're going to be staying up.
No, it's probably being hosted over here in Canada. That's probably why.
Yeah, right.
Got it locally streamed.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to blame that. There it is.
It's easy.
Canada.
It's easy.
But if it ain't the wildfires, it's the tornadoes. Go figure. All right, Jar. What do you say? How about we'll kick this thing off if you're ready?
I'm going to throw up the first one. So I'm not completely opened yet, but I'm going to toss this one up on the screen.
Okay.
And so we got, this is, okay. I think everyone's heard of MetaMask by now, right? MetaMask is one of the most mainstream tools that we have out there, especially on the Ethereum chain. Consensus, which is the parent company, allowed access to a third-party contractor who was identified as a North Korean asset or group, and they had I don't know how much access they had. It doesn't actually say exactly what kind of access they had, but it's code-based access for approximately 1 month before they realized this and they shut them down. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, interesting. That's an interesting word right there. I don't know if that would be the word I would choose there, but hey, I see I see Mike sliding on in. Welcome, man.
Hey,
yeah, all kinds of laughs. What's going on here, Andy? Anyway, yeah, this is I mean, come on. I get it, okay, third-party vendor, and I get you got to use third-party vendors. I get all that. I understand that. But you'd think you'd have some kind of level of scrutiny, I don't know, to people who are going to have access to potentially be able to like steal people's money. I mean,
yeah. Especially, okay, this is probably one of the most widely used software wallets that's out there.
Yep.
It's been around since I joined crypto, so at least 2019, or possibly much sooner than that as well. And it's kind of like the go-to one. So you'd think they would be a leader when it comes to vetting third-party users and going through a process and everything else. But this is also a very good reminder of not only is it not your keys, not your crypto, but managing the tools and vetting the tools that you're going to use when it comes to crypto, because everything's on the table right now, right? And you have to be very selective in what you use. I personally no longer use MetaMask day to day when I'm using soft wallets. I prefer Rabi or some other ones. How about yourself? Are you using MetaMask?
I do use it on selective Web3 sites because it's just interfaces easier with them. But I do use it limitedly. I use help me, Exodus where I can because they have a web version. But unfortunately, some of the ones, because in fairness, some of these Web3 properties I've been using for years, and so it's like I've already got it established with MetaMask. So because that was what you used back like even half a dozen years ago, you know?
Yeah, and that was basically the only game in town. And when it came to a lot of dApps, at least a few years ago, they exclusively wanted you to use MetaMask. It wasn't like there was very many other options. And if you weren't using MetaMask, dApps weren't compatible. There was a lot of connecting errors. You'd have to use something called Wallet Connect, and sometimes that would work, and sometimes that wouldn't work. A whole bunch of hassles, right? So now, 2026, we have quite a few more options out there. And there's a lot more tools that can allow you to adjust how you're going to be connected to certain dApps. A lot of flexibility. Also, Solana is not only the top leader right now when it comes to dApps and everything else that's happening in the DeFi space, etc. Right? We have many other ecosystems that we can use for that.
Yep, and I love. Yes, you don't want them getting a handle on your NFTs, Andy, for sure, because you know those pennies add up. I'm just saying. And damn it, Dave is saying also the night hack that happened.
Ooh, we're talking about night. Okay,
what did I miss? Where did I miss that?
When did that happen?
I don't know.
And Davis on top of it, right?
And Jay Styles is saying that they had core wallet access, which I mean, I guess again makes sense, right? If they had core code access, it was
code base level.
Yeah. So, but it happened yesterday, the night hack. Oh, I did not even see that. I'm surprised. I get a daily intelligence briefing from my AI agent, and I can't say that was part of it. I'm disappointed, my damn agent. But there you go.
Well, like since we're on that, let me just see if I can pull it up because I am seeing.
Yeah, sure, go right ahead. And the bottom line is, like Jar said, I mean, you got to be responsible to know what you're using. And hence the reason I now use MetaMask on a limited basis. So, again, if it weren't for it being something that I had set up for several years now with MetaMask, I probably would have a different option in place. And I see a bunch of new people jumping in. Welcome. Appreciate everybody being here. As always, make sure you're smacking up that like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're new here. Appreciate you, and share this thing out because we're here every Tuesday night. We're closing in on 100 episodes. August 4th, 100th episode, and I see a lot of you on X. Appreciate you. Share this out on X. Thank you very much. Yeah. Shout out. All right, Jar. What do you see in there?
This is basically hot off the press right now because this is an article from a few hours ago.
Didn't even know about it. Yeah,
500 million nights were taken. I'm just trying to see the approximate value of that right now. So yeah, that hack definitely is confirmed. Wow. We're looking at over $1.1 million worth of the token that was funneled out. If you were to take a look at the current price, it's back up a little bit, but it took a massive hit when this hack took place.
I mean, they're coming, and that's part of what we're going to talk about next. Actually, we're going to talk about the scope of the amount of hacks and that kind of thing over the first half of 2026. But sorry, Jar, go ahead. Whatever.
No. I'm just going through it. It looks like it was a cross-bridge exploit between BNB and Cardano. So that seems to be where they took advantage. And yeah, I would actually have to go through this, but that's just basically the idea behind it. Maybe we talk about this on the next one when we have a little bit more details.
Yeah, do a little bit more in-depth investigation into that. And sure, Andy, I went for that particular AI agent. I use Abacus AI. There's a link on my toolbox page on my website. Take you right there. I think if you use that link, you get some kind of discount. Don't hold me to that. I can't remember. I got too many damn things. Moving on there, but yeah. There's that, and always a bridge. Yeah, we're going to talk about Allbridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Yeah, but I mean, it's funny because in the next article that we pulled up, and again, links to all of it are in the description. And if you're watching this on the replay, in the description, all the articles. This one from Coin Paprika basically lays out all the information about the hacks for the first half of 2026. And while it looks like, maybe things are easing up a little bit, in actuality, that's not the case. The amount of hacks is just increasing, basically. And here we go. Thank you, damn it, Dave, for enlightening us to this, what is literally the latest hack that is happening pretty much as we speak. Oh, Jar, it makes my head spin, man.
I know. This is also So the numbers could be skewed a bit, right? So they're talking about it fell 41% in the first half of 2026. But the market's also down 50% or greater. If we're looking at the total value of it right now compared to the year previously, we could be saying that it's roughly the same, right? And like you were talking about before, these hacks have gotten they've been executed with surgical precision, right? So they've been very well defined and executed. We have a lot more tools and assets that's available. With AI evolving as it has, people can get very specific on their exploit and the technique that they're using. So this isn't just one major thing right now that you should know is not just a technical problem. It's a human-centric security issue where we have to take a look at operational security best practices, because a lot of them were just being compromised founders or users on the net, a part of the team, where they were personally exploited through a social engineering hack, right? Not necessarily a software hack. So there's multiple ways that you can do this, and this seems to be a soft spot.
Yep. And like you said, Jar, I mean, and honestly, like we've talked about here in past episodes, it is literally AI helping out to make the social engineering attacks just like right to the person. I mean, you can just pretty much, have it personalized completely, and it makes it very realistic and believable to gain access to what people want access to.
Yeah, and like a friend of mine went through a whole scenario where they just had an AI checklist of all the situations that you can go through and the exploits that can be executed, and then just basically cross it off the list as you're going through it, and include different types of social engineering techniques, and voila, at the end of your checklist, you might actually have a full-blown exploit. So these things can be engineered, by amateurs. You don't really have to have a lot of technical
Yeah,
background.
fair enough. Yeah, because it's not like they're exploiting the smart contracts or whatever with regard to a lot of this stuff. Yes, okay, with the bridges, like we're going to talk about next with Allbridge, for example, and Allbridge, please, it's not even the first time they've been exploited, but let's not get me going about that right now. The majority of it, I think it was according to that article, I think it was like 76% were basically social engineering attacks, not any kind of exploit on code. That is just an insane. You remember that show, Jar, that you are the weakest link. That's basically what this is, That's basically what it is.
That's the majority of hacks or operational compromises, which is a little bit scary. It makes you question the whole vetting process of the team and the protocols that they have in place, right?
Yep. And Andy, love Andy, jumping in here with some info. Looks like it's One Chain's infrastructure, not Midnight's. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's on One Chain. Got it. All right.
There you go. Sounds like they're targeting Charles Hoskinson, right? Yeah. Everybody loves Charlie boy. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Not everybody loves Charlie.
Not everybody loves Charlie. Yeah. So the next one, we can get into the next one, which is going to be
why not?
Your friends over at Allbridge. They had a core flash loan exploit. I'll pop it up over here on the screen, and this is about $1 million of USDT in a flash loan that was taken and manipulated through a liquidity pool. I didn't get a chance to go through this whole exploit. Do you know the mechanism that they used in order to execute this?
Well, I think you hit pretty much on it. They basically used a just over $1 million USDC flash loan from a thing called Camino. I'm not gonna lie, never have even heard of Camino. To basically manipulate the USDC, USDT liquidity pools and drain them of about $1.1 million. The protocol did pause everything, which thank goodness, right? I'm sure it could have been much worse if they had not bothered to pause everything. And now the team basically publicly asked traders who profited from the arbitrage window. So like when that happened to people, hey, listen, that's what people do, right? When they're trading, part of what they do is arbitrage these pools, right? And they asked them to basically, hey, how about you guys return those funds? And now, in fairness, we've seen it happen, right, Jar? I think we've mentioned it a couple of times in a couple of the hacks.
Yeah,
but like
there's some big Samaritans out there that actually do the right thing. But
but
far and few.
Sorry, these are traders, man. They're not. I mean,
they're actually living for that moment specifically.
Yeah, exactly. I use Camino. Jay Styles is saying it's actually it's amazing, actually highest APY out of any of the liquidity pools. Okay, I'm familiar with it altogether. Camino is legit, not the hack. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm glad to hear that Camino. Again, I have not even heard of that prior to this. Excuse me.
Yeah, I need to check that out and see what's up over there. So this is more, again, this is a cross-chain exploit that we're seeing right now. And this is something that's coming up, like Andy was talking about, more and more frequent. Although they've always existed, it always seems to be a weak spot in the crypto sector right now.
Yep. Now, I thought it was interesting, and I don't know if it was like it had to be that way because of the way the pools are set up, but that it was a USDT USDC pair versus we've seen exploits in other. Usually, or more recently, we've seen the exploits be anything but a stable coin.
Yeah.
So true. I mean, I don't know. That kind of surprised me a little bit. Did that even like hit your radar, Jar? When
actually, I didn't even realize that was the pair until you just repeated it. But yeah, we rarely actually see stable coins being the source, right? It's usually one underlying asset for a chain versus another.
Well, and much like even last night during Hot of the Line, we were talking about the Treasury Department locking up wallets with USDT in them for that they say are connected to Iran. So it's like these stable coins, USDC in particular, and USDT more increasingly, that want to be compliant with the Genius Act and obviously be able to function here in the United States, they have to have the ability to freeze. They have to have the ability to claw this back. They have to have the ability to be able to basically bring these funds back to wherever they need to be. That's one of the functionalities that has to be built into these. So for somebody who's exploiting this to use a stable coin is almost, in my opinion, a bit counterintuitive to me. But
so to follow up on that, I know that USDC is supposed to be fully compliant. I didn't know USDT even implemented any of those changes. Is that something that's already
they've started to, but they're not all the way converted over. Matter of fact, that's part of what we were talking about during that stream last night, that if they don't convert, I forgot what the number is, I'm sorry, but if they don't make that conversion, there's going to be millions of USDT that can't even be used in the United States.
That is insane.
So I mean, they haven't hit that deadline yet, but it's coming quick. So I again, it just surprises me because of all the options, these stable coins, thank you to this latest legislation here in the United States, these stable coins are basically nothing more than CBDCs by a different name. Because in order for them to be able to be utilized in TradFi, which they are more and more. And Andy's saying it seems like a lot of these exploits, BNB is always involved.
I don't know. Just saying.
It's like, what do I know? But BNB. Oh, any thoughts about that, Jar? I mean,
I know I don't have any thoughts on that right now. When it comes to BNB itself, it's in its own class. Although it's basically the largest exchange in the world, right? I think it's still number one. Pretty sure it's still number one, isn't it? Binance. So. Here's the thing I was just looking at the market caps for stable coins because I knew there was quite a bit of a difference between USDC and USDT. I didn't know it was this big, but the market cap right now of USDC is 73 billion. USDT is more than double at 184 billion. So if they don't comply, that's quite a large chunk of the market right there that's going to be missing, right? Which would mean also a completely separate ecosystem that would be using stable coins if they didn't comply.
Yep. Well, I mean, you got to think USDT's primary market group is not the United States or any of these need to be compliant type countries like the EU or that kind of thing. They're everywhere else basically, right? I mean, and on Tron, which was the thing we talked about last night, the wallets that got locked up were on Tron. And why Tron? Because generally speaking, moving USDT on Tron is extremely inexpensive as far as gas fees are concerned. It's quick, it's inexpensive, and it just gets the job done. A lot of these, and I've talked about it now, what seems like for years, that a lot of these countries that do deal in crypto, they want a stable coin, in this case most times USDT, and they want it on Tron. They don't want anything to do with Ethereum because of the fees and that kind of thing. So it makes sense that that was the case of what we were talking about yesterday, and that why the market cap, and thank you for looking that up, by the way, is damn near double, because again, a lot of these people are like, why would I want something that somebody can just literally rip right out of my wallet?
I agree.
It defeats the reason for self-custody.
USDT, yes, is cheap on Tron during certain scenarios, because I've done transfers during a bull market and a bear market. Obviously, the bear market's going to be significantly cheaper. But in a bull market, not even a full bull market, just a little blip that we had a couple years ago, those fees actually went up over time as well. I noticed BNB or Binance Smart Chain to actually be the most consistent and cheapest one when transferring USDT in terms of fees. So, and that's my personal experience. Maybe
Yep.
some people might.
Well, I've used BNB chain to move USDT as well. I don't know. I didn't like it as much as Tron. Tron was just easier. I did have a few times where the gas fees on Tron were just ass flipponomical. So it was like totally not worth it. But that was, or in my opinion, seemed like an aberration versus more of a something that's consistent. And Andy's saying this is exactly why decentralization can't work. People equal profits. Lots of people require rules and centralization. Sure, a lot of these TradFi connected, related entities surely do. But in my counter argument to that is that's why decentralization can work, because there's more people that can say, you know, to these entities and not want anything to do with them and be able to work around them. Just saying.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being naive.
No, I get what Andy's saying.
No, I get her absolutely, and she's again looking. Depends on the lens you're looking at it through.
Well, okay, because if you're taking it from a global perspective, everything that comes along with decentralization and all the concepts, and you know, it's kind of like a rose-colored picture that we're looking at over here in North America. But if you look at in other areas, if you're talking about a global picture and looking at other areas that are struggling, they're going to take literally any option or motivation that they can to get as much as they can, right? Because they have desperation and a whole bunch of other factors that lie into there. So I don't know. Some rules are going to be required just overall for this to work properly and for everyone to get on board.
And Andy mentions this almost every week, and she's been on about this for a while. And listen, I would love to see something like that work, Andy. I truly would.
That would be,
there's so much that that could literally be a whole live stream unto itself there. But anyway, the bottom line is that's what's going on with regard to that particular Allbridge hack there. But guess what?
What?
The scams don't end there.
Damn. I got another one for you.
And poof, there it is.
You got Robinhood Chain.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So the Robinhood Chain had a launch.
Well, Andy likes what you said there. +1 for Jar. There it is.
All right. Yes. Scoring points. Okay. So I don't know too much about the exploit itself, but we did talk about this last week. Memecoin seems to be like the rite of passage if you're going to be launching a new platform. And of course, it's followed up by some sort of major exploit or
well, basically, I guess the launch pad, which was the largest one on that particular chain, is called Noxa. Noxa. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Sorry if I am. Sorry, not sorry. But anyway, basically it shut down. But guess what? Before it shut down, they actually earned over 12 million in fees.
Okay, so why was it shut down? Do we know why it shut down?
No, it just literally just was like poof. Oh, guess what? All done.
We're closing up shop. We made enough money. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, basically it caused a flash crash, obviously, on a lot of things. The primary, I guess, meme coin was Cash Cat. That one plummeted over 30%. I mean, matter of fact, excuse me, I think I sent you another link, Jar, that has a list of all the meme coins and how much they were down. If you want to bring that up on the screen. And again, links to all of what we're talking about tonight are in the description. So make sure you're checking those out on your own. And again, this is as of the setting up of this live stream. So they could be even worse now with regard to this. So, but basically, you know, they're talking about tokenizing all this stuff on the Robinhood chain. Everybody promoted the Robinhood chain last week. Like you mentioned, we were talking about 40% of the damn transactions weren't even getting completed on the Robinhood chain. And now here you go. What was its main source of transaction volume and TVL basically just disappeared in the blink of an eye.
That's insane. That's insane. Transaction volume. So there's fees collected even if it fails, right? Depending on the transaction.
I would assume that's the case,
Partial.
right?
Okay, so 40% failure, you're still collecting fees. That sounds like okay. Very interesting. But look at those losses. Wow.
I know.
And obviously the bottom suffers the most, right?
I mean, let me ask everybody that's watching. We got a bunch of people watching, and again, a lot of people on X. Appreciate you being here. But in the chat, put it in there. Does this surprise you? What happened on Robinhood Chain? Does it really surprise you that this place basically rugged everybody with these meme coins? I mean, I was gonna put that in as a poll, but I thought it would be
that would have been a good idea.
Not worth my time, because I'm gonna.
Well, you already know the answer.
Come on now. Answer is what? Double thumbs, baby. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anybody out there that really wasn't like thinking this was coming? I don't.
Yeah. And is there really a truly decentralized protocol with no single point of failure? And what else is happening here with these decentralized chains that are being released?
Yeah, I don't know. And again, remember, I get it. It's coming from a centralized entity. But I don't hold that against it at all, because I mean, all of these centralized entities are building their own decentralized counterparts. You know, BNB has done it, Coinbase has done it, Robinhood done it now. So it doesn't. I mean, it makes sense that they would have to do it for moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Especially internally, it makes sense. If you're going to have typically a lot of exchanges have their own token, and why not have your own exchange have that token on the exchange? Internally, it makes sense. Externally, I don't know about that, but if you're moving funds around it, I can totally understand that for an accounting perspective.
Well, and you know, when you look at it also from an agentic perspective,
that would be another good reason.
I mean, it makes complete sense, because that's the direction we're moving in. You know, this 402 protocol, if I remember, or was it 401? I can't remember. 402 protocol, I think it is, to be able to you know, utilize these agentic wallets to make these payments and so on and so forth. I mean, it just makes it easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say, right?
Absolutely.
That
was wow.
That was a lot of crap, John.
Yeah, we jammed it in a half hour. That was pretty good.
I know, we were just shoving it down everybody's. You know what, John? I'm not gonna lie.
Take this one.
That's right. Take it. You will like it. Let me kick it. You know,
hack after hack.
That's right. But listen, here's the thing. I kind of personally, Jar, just wanted to get through it. Jar will tell you what we have a weekly meeting to set up these streams, and you know, we go back and forth about what we're going to actually bring to you. And as we were putting this stream together for today, Jar and I were basically, or at least I said to Jar, like, dude, I don't even want to talk about this stuff. I just don't even want to talk
so
about
you know, we really don't want to talk about exploits and hacks and coins dropping to all-time lows.
It's just, but it's like the stuff that you need to know, unfortunately.
It's reality.
Hey, Robin, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's just, my God, not what we. So my point is, I was trying to get through this as quick as possible. So I hope you liked your medicine, kind of like, you know, when you're going to get the medicine, drink this.
It's just like Buckley's.
But that's okay. The stream's not over yet, because we got some other stuff that we're going to show you. We're going to talk a little bit about HoloWave, and I'm going to let Jar do most of the talking with that. Matter of fact, I think he's put together a video for you.
It's like it's a short little clip. I don't know how the audio is going to work out, but basically what I'll do is I'll explain it a little bit. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to have the co-founder on in a couple of weeks, and we're actually getting to the nitty gritty of it. And we want to introduce it to our audience so we can get your questions. And if you see holes in the project, we want to know about it, just to let them know as well, right? This is a new project that's starting up from the ground up. and they're trying to build something that's usable, has some real utility that people can actually use. So let me add to the screen. So I've never done this before. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, let's hope it works.
Both the red and the green LED are
This is
on.
an example.
This
of them
means
setting
we
it up.
have instant internet connectivity with our HaloWave network. If you go to the local dashboard, you can see the device. The HaloWave Wi-Fi router is online. The router recognizes the global HaloWave network broadcasted by our miner 5 kilometers away. Now, since my phone is connected to the router's Wi-Fi, let's run a speed test with the standard small antenna. We are getting around 1 megabits per second. If I replace the small DPI antenna installed on the Wi-Fi router and attach a high-performance antenna, this completely improves things because it increases reception. And now let's run the speed test again on laptop. Look at the result. Around 4 megabits per second. This is absolutely incredible, even while strictly respecting a duty-cycle obligation. We are offering connectivity of megabits at more than 5 kilometers away.
Okay. I don't know how the audio worked out on your side, but I could hear it.
It sounded good to me,
okay.
and I don't see any complaints in the chat. So
yeah. So basically, I just took his recent YouTube video. I clipped it down just to give you an example of what he's building. So basically, I can explain the idea behind it. It's basically IoT 2.0 on steroids being released with this new protocol that he's releasing. And it's very similar to Helium, or what Helium was supposed to be. And if you take a look at the network itself, it's allowing you to extend your personal network to quite a large range. And also, you're getting the throughput that you'd want. The maximum bandwidth capacity of this network, I believe, is in excess of 10 megabits per second. But right now, when they're testing it, they're at least able to get about 5. And this is going to be useful in areas where you don't have connectivity, but it's not too far out of your scope. So let's just take a farm, for example. And you have a farm at your house. You might have internet access. It might be limited or whatever. But a few miles down the road or a few kilometers down the road is where you actually have to use it for, I don't know, drone scoping or anything else, or some other IoT tools that you might have, or a camera, because with this bandwidth, you actually would be able to stream video along with it. So you would have a router on one side, and then you would have you would have the antenna on one side, and then you would have a receiving router on the other end. And that antenna would broadcast the signal. It's being received by the router, and then it's being redistributed onto a smaller network that you have where you need it. So in this case, he was testing out a few different tools. The most significant one, I think, would be video streaming, and streaming video like security video or footage of your area that you want to have for monitoring or whatever practical uses that you have. I think that would be a selling point. There might be a whole bunch of other things that he's going to talk about when it comes to utility of this protocol. It's using WPA3, which is pretty secure. And I'm not sure if he's going to be layering anything else on top of it. But these are some of the things that we can be talking to him about and just figure out what direction he's trying to go with.
Yeah, and now, like Jar mentioned, he's going to be coming on and doing a live stream with us on August 11th. That's the week after our 100th episode. He's going to be here live with us, and he is going to, and we appreciate him for that, because time zone wise, it is going to be late for him.
Maybe midnight for him or something like that.
Yeah, so we appreciate him doing that, and he's going to come on. He wants to answer questions. So a couple of things to think about if this is even remotely something that might be of interest to you. Put together some questions. You can shoot them to myself or to Jar, or just hold them aside, and you can join us for the live stream and ask him directly, obviously, during the stream. But we really appreciate everybody trying to put some questions together. Again, if this is something that is of interest to you. Now, Jar, maybe can you, for the people who are in, that follow you, that talk DePIN and these projects that you explain to them, what should they be looking at this project as from that particular angle?
Yeah.
Like
So
you mentioned, it's like helium, for example.
exactly, it's very close to, well, you can think of it as helium version 2. It's everything that helium should have been that they didn't implement. There is bandwidth being the biggest factor, and range. When we're talking about 5 kilometers, I think that's about 3 miles, which is pretty good in terms of a private network being extended. So there's a lot of utility that comes along with that. There is also the bandwidth capacity to instead of, we're talking like with helium, it was kilobits per second. Now we're talking about megabits per second. There's a lot more that you can do with that, even if you're just using it for private use and you want to watch or stream audio, like a podcast, like the Matrix Money podcast down on a little bit further out. You have the ability to do that because it is your own network that you're extending. So there's a lot of opportunity with that. The main thing I see is because this is ground level, this project is just getting up and running. This is where the input matters. So if you see a problem with it or you see an opportunity that hasn't been introduced, you can go ahead and voice that opinion and help it evolve into something better. So that's the reason why I find it interesting. And I think it's a good opportunity for other people that want to get involved with something. This is a brand new project that could blow up and be something bigger, right?
Right. And we're going to try to talk about it a little bit each week at the end of each of our episodes as we lead up to that particular interview on the 11th, because that's about 3 weeks out here at this point. So by all means, like I said, contact myself, Jar, or if for whatever reason you just in the comments, you're watching this after the fact, throw in the comments whatever your question is. We'll make sure that it gets brought up during that stream. Jar, is there anything else that you think like for tonight that they need to know? I know a lot of it because it's just getting off the ground, still up in the air, but
yeah, so I think like we'll make sure that we link the white paper down below because that's going to be a key aspect. If you wanted to see what the project's actually doing and the fundamentals behind it, there is no token available right now. If you're looking at it from a speculative perspective, we're still quite a ways out from there. We're still in the development phase. So yeah, I think we'll add some more links to this so people can do their own research and figure it out for themselves. So there.
Okay. But the fact that nobody trusts the Interwoozle. Okay, yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's gonna be it's gonna be a long haul. Okay, so Andy, one thing you need to know about me is I am an enthusiast when it comes to DePIN in general. I love the idea that a community can build infrastructure. I think that's a great idea, and I think that empowers a community. And it might be, we were talking about rose-colored lenses before. This is my rose-colored lens, where I feel like this is something that we can do together, and we can build a network of utility, even if it's small. But by supporting it and getting reward for it, I think it's like a nice cycle that we could have. Hollowave is another one of those DePIN projects that I'm watching just to see where it can go. And because we know the founder of it, it just makes it a little bit easier to ask those questions, get it answered, and have some valid input.
Right. And that's why we want to bring them on and have you guys ask the questions, because by all means, we're not the end all be all with regard to this stuff by any shape or form. So help us help you, I guess. And for that matter, help him or them, because guess what? Your questions, I'm sure, will help to focus that particular project.
Yeah.
And hopefully make it better.
Yeah.
And just the speed potential alone to me is humongous when you compare what they were talking about with helium to Hollowave.
Yeah, like and this is the thing, the use case for it is fairly small. I'm not going to lie about that, because first of all, you have to know what IoT is. Then you have to have a device that runs on IoT, and then you have to come up with a use case to use those tools, which isn't for everybody. It only works in certain sectors. When we talk about opening up the bandwidth and for private use, that's where I think for private use is, I think, one of the biggest selling points, because if you're in that limited area and you want to expand your network, but you don't have the ability currently right now with an access point or the traditional Wi-Fi setup, your range isn't going to go very far other than maybe a couple hundred yards, right? At maximum. we're talking about kilometers now, so we're extending that range a significant amount. So for personal use, I can see the use case there. To get businesses on board and everything else, that's a huge hill to climb.
Yep. But I can see the potential for like that need, especially as things evolve. I mean, let's be honest, right? And Andy, you're not wrong about this. I think that's a great use for blockchain technology right there. Absolutely. But
tracking.
I see this as similar in the sense that, you know, tracking packages for deliveries, stuff like that. I mean, they've already got drones doing that kind of stuff, you know, maybe not in some of these metropolitan areas here in the United States, but it exists. We've seen it. You can find it. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to want their own networks. It would make sense to me to maintain security and that kind of thing of the delivery of packages and so on. And again, I get it. It's not like that's completely mainstream right now, but
no,
I gotta believe it's kind of like people looking at quantum, right? Quantum ain't here yet, but you know they're prepping for it, right?
Yeah. And you can see what it's possible with it. There's a lot of things that's possible if it's implemented, like live tracking of a package, like RFID with a built-in GPS tracker that's connected to their network would be fantastic. But it would only be practical if the network covered that entire area. So you need network coverage for the entire area for something like that to be usable and implemented. That's where the massive uphill climb is, right? You have to have the network and reception there for it to be usable.
Yeah. And honestly, that to me is the biggest challenge because, you know, getting that out there and getting the word out there and then getting, you know, actual users out there to help to expand that.
Yeah, Helium had an amazing opportunity at the time. They had like access points all over the place, just couldn't sell it, and that was brutal. There was a lot of excitement around it. It was selling itself for a good 6 months in there.
You know, Jay,
there we go.
I did not even consider that, and you're right. That is a great use case. Wow.
It's going to come down to awareness, right? Because I think sectors like he's talking about first responders, if they're aware of something like this actually exists, maybe they would use it. Awareness is the other part.
Yes.
Because we're in such a nerdy niche of the crypto area, we have to expand beyond that and actually translate that to layman terms for everybody to understand what's actually available.
Yeah, and you're right, Andy. You know, and to your second point here, because if it ain't broke, why fix it? Yeah.
True.
I get it.
It's the cost is what they're trying to fix right now, because the data plan on Hallowave is, I think it's $20 or $30 for the year of unlimited data. You're not going to get that anywhere with anything. So that's the selling point.
Yeah, especially if they can boost the network. And Shuby is in the house, dude. You back from your tropical island? Sweet.
Shuby's back.
Sweet. Oh man, Andy saying she almost bought into Helium hardware, but when the numbers, it wasn't worth it. And Jar, I know you got opinions on this. I don't know if you want to share them or not. But.
Well, okay, so it depends on when you got into it. So there was a whole bunch of problems to get into it. But if you were super early and you were able to get into it at the beginning, I think it was like Q1 2021 or something like that. You made a enormous amount of money in a short period of time, and then selling the hardware off when you were done with it, you'd be able to make an enormous amount of money on that as well, because the supply of the hardware was one of the constraints, and then the token valuation and everything else went to the garbage after. I think it was poorly managed. Also, what they were selling at the time wasn't very clear. I think a lot of people thought it was internet access that you're providing, not connectivity to IoT devices, which no one really had at the time. So the message wasn't also clear.
Well, they didn't have the best. I think we talk about it. One of the first cryptocurrency conferences I went to, one of the I think founders of Helium was there, supposedly going to talk and explain a lot of this with the devices and all this other kind of stuff. And like halfway through his talk, he basically had an anxiety attack because he was talking in front of people. And that was the end of that presentation. It was just like,
oh, shoot. Wow.
Yeah. I like it. It didn't last. I got nothing out of that talk because there was, I mean, hey, I get it, man. Public speaking is not for everybody. I completely understand that, but you got to promote your company. Guess what?
Yeah.
If you can't do it, you best be getting somebody who can do it.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'd crash and burn too, so I can't even knock that.
Well, but again, you got to find the person that can. And Mining Stocks in the house. How's it going, brother?
Yeah.
How's it going? She'll be saying it was a great time.
It's gonna end.
You ran them out of the beer. There it is. I love it. I like it. Like a meme.
Okay, yeah. She got me on that one. It's exactly like a meme. I didn't even think about it that way. But yeah, Helium basically seemed like a meme coin at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The irony is, like Jar, I thought Helium had some good potential. For me, it crashed and burned when I was listening to that speech. So and then it seemed like timeline wise that shortly after that is when it all just kind of petered away there. But anyway, what do I know? What do I know? What's J Style saying? Chirp actually plays in the same space. I am unfamiliar with that.
Yeah, no, Chirp is a DePIN project, and I heard about them. Did they ever actually launch? Because I remember pre-sales for hardware. They were doing something similar to Helium. Never got into it, and actually, I don't know what happened with that project. In the end, I have no idea. Yeah, really good rock hardware.
And I really do think the hardware is definitely a narrative for the next 10 years. Well, I mean, it's interesting, or at least from my perspective, because the DePIN thing is not necessarily my domain. That's a Jar domain. But when we were meeting online with the founder of Hollowave, that was one of the things that was of concern to me. As I was listening to everything, I was like, okay, is this going to be another thing where you got to buy all this hardware?
Right.
And, because to me, a lot of I felt just from listening to Jar explain a lot of this stuff that the money behind a lot of these projects was buy my hardware. And then the miner was useless, a month later. But I mean, Jar, you can speak to that much better than me. Am I way off there or what?
No, you're not. You're not. And it seems like a bait and switch. You're buying one thing, hoping for something else, but it automatically changes. And hardware is the biggest component. A lot of projects are selling hardware as their source of revenue. And once that's done, they're done. I don't know what Hollowave is going to be doing in the end, but right now there is options where you're actually reusing a lot of the components that you already have. If you have a lot of people already have their antennas from Helium, they're able to use that LoRaWAN antenna, and the component itself, I believe, is the main thing that you have to purchase. I think it's a low-cost router, but we'll be confirming those details when he's online, which is actually a really good question. Maybe we note that for when we do the interview with them.
Yep. Hopefully you guys will be able to join us. It'll be our normal time on the 11th. Like I said, 3 weeks. I believe it is 3 weeks from today. And this is a follow-up to what you were talking about with Chirp, I believe.
Stupid Cage app that are refocusing on IoT. Yeah, okay, so they're moving in a direction, I guess. I haven't installed it or played with it at all.
And yeah, you're not wrong, Andy. That's true. It is a ground up kind of thing. And part of me is like subscribe to the fact that's a good thing, because like Jar said, you build the community that is dedicated to the technology and the project, in my opinion. But it does take longer. It does require some cost and some commitment. I mean, again, you're talking you got Jar right here who's got more antennas on his shed than
I'm broadcasting every signal you can think of. It's insane. But one thing that is definitely worth pointing out is when you're talking about a community, building the community first. I believe a lot of projects should start off as DIY or bring your own device, something that's very simple, or you can purchase very low cost hardware that can be reused if the project doesn't work out. And then configure the devices. And we're talking about a very niche group of people that can get this project up and running. But if you're starting off with these type of fundamentals, you're building trust at the same time. It grows to a certain point. And I'm thinking about Wingbits because I think they did do this correctly, where they started off with a BYOD device. And then once they got to the point for critical mass and they really needed to get these antennas out there, they created purpose-built hardware that you could purchase that was more reliable than the devices that you're going to be building yourself.
And the only thing Andy could be right here with this comment, right? But to me, it's more like people who are operating in the DePIN space. And again, Jar, feel free to push back on what I'm about to say here, but it seems to me like, like many people in the crypto space, they're looking for the buck. So like, show me the money, baby. So as much as they start out with the community, and if they can keep milking that community for whatever money they're going to make, versus like, love Bitcoin maxis, hate Bitcoin maxis. It's about the Bitcoin. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Am I off
No,
base?
You're not wrong. You are not wrong at all. And a lot of projects are like that. And this is where the research comes in. I'm not wearing my do your own research shirt today, but it's always going to come down to that because like DePIN in any other sector, if you're going to be putting your money into it, you should really know what you're buying.
Amen.
And understanding the ins and out of it is part of it. Understanding the people who are actually trying to push this product forward. You want to know a little bit more about them as well. And then you sort of get an idea. You're not always going to get it right, but at least you get a little bit of idea of the direction and the trust factor that's there. There's going to be a few things like that. So no, I don't disagree with you. Okay,
fair enough. Just as long as I'm not completely off base. And Jay Styles saying, they launched and he has 3.
Fell off track with the Cage.
There you go.
Yeah, so the Cage app, I don't know too much about it. I'm assuming that's part of their ecosystem. That sucks, man. Fell off track, but strong now. Okay. Do I use a ham radio? I haven't actually used the ham radio. I have used the ham radio, yes, but I haven't used one in a long time. Maybe I should just add that to my rack back here. It just so I'm using every channel that's available to me.
There you go. And Jay Styles saying Osvaldo sent him a device too.
Okay, he'll be trying it out. That's awesome. Let me know what you think about it because I'd love to get your input. You're in a ton of projects. Jay Styles is in tons and tons of projects, so his input would definitely matter. And if you got some pointers, you want to relay that through, we can definitely do that for you.
Yep. That is awesome. Yeah. Do your own research. Definitely important. And hey, why not just put it out there, right?
I'll wear
put
it
on out
there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, making. I see. Okay. And then from making money. Yeah. Listen, guys, bottom line is if you are into DePIN and you might be interested in this project, if you're looking for something, come and at least give it a listen. We'll be here in 3 weeks. You can ask whatever questions you have. And we'll see. Oh, there it is. And Shuby saying he can make a hat that says do your own research.
Right.
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Let's make it.
We probably should make one of those. Just saying, right? Oh man. And I mean that's what we got, folks. We wanted to at least, like I said, give you a little bit of a what do we got?
Shuby,
it is.
This is what I'm gonna want on a hat. If you can see it.
There you go.
Do your own research.
There you go.
Maybe we'll get that on a hat. That might be worth it.
There it is. I will because I like Jar. Okay, I won't take that personally or nothing. But
thanks,
Andy. Wow. Shuby, what's that say? Make a hat that says buy gold.
That's a good
one. Hey, listen, mining stocks ain't wrong. Absolutely. There you go. You're laughing, but that's not a bad hat there, mining stocks. Yeah. Just saying. Just saying. All right, guys, that's all we really have for tonight. Appreciate everybody and all of the conversation. You guys and your conversation is what helps this thing to just like keep moving along and gives us stuff to actually keep trying to dive into. Yeah, I'm addicted to DePIN, and there you go.
Yeah. Sometimes you make money. Most of the times you lose money.
Yeah,
but
most of the times I'm just
it's a fun hobby. Yeah, I agree.
There. If you order it, I will make it. There it is.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
There
I'll
it
put
is.
one in.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you, Mining Stocks. You as well. We're gonna be wrapping this thing up. Yeah. Hey, listen, Andy. Sometimes I'm needy. I'm just saying. Oh
you.
crap. Oh boy.
Speaking about DePIN, I'm gonna go live tomorrow on mainstream or mainnet stream. That's going to be tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be talking about some new DePIN projects that I'm testing out with, some new nodes that I'm playing around with. I'm going to be talking about the Seeker phone. They have something called Seeker Summer, which I wasn't too excited about, but it looks like it's going okay because they didn't wrap up the last season. They just have a sub-season, and that's kind of whatever. I'm a little bit tired of it, but I'm going to have a stream tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And a couple of videos that will be coming out next week that are going to explain the hardware that I'm in depth, including the Hallowave network. CCM, what do you got going on this week and next week?
Well, let's see. Friday night, as always, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Crypto on the Rocks. Bring your drinks, bring your conversation. Who knows where it's going to go? It's not always about crypto, but we do have a good time. That's all I'm going to say about that. We always have a good time. And then I'm back at it next week with BC Port Corp and Bedell on Monday night, 7 p.m. And Jar,
yes,
you and I inching ever so closely again next Tuesday. We're back with man, that 100th episode is coming quick.
It's creeping in. It's creeping in. Just a couple
August
weeks away.
4th, folks. We're going to be on to. Hey, I guess we can we just tell everybody?
Go ahead.
We're going to have special guests that night.
Go ahead.
All right. We got two special guests joining us that night. We got Trade Intuition's going to be joining us live for that stream, and Daniel Diaz, both going to be joining us live during our 100th episode stream to help us celebrate that. And again, I put a video, go check out the Matrix Money channel together, where we talked on the halving some predictions. I think it's going to be kind of interesting if you go watch that. You'll see that don't ever listen to what I say because I was so far off. My God. Anyway, but at least Jar and FF, who was still with us at the time, were a lot closer than I was. But anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
And we are still trying to get FF here, but he's away on vacation for this month, so we will see. Yeah, episode 100, man. Exactly. Oh wait, I wasn't even gonna say that, but there it is right there. Here we go.
There's a couple giveaways that we have. We have a Tangem wallet there, so there's 2 cards in here, or is it 2 or 3? I gotta look at the writing, but there's wallet cards in here as well as the ring. This is the Tangem ring.
If it's got the ring, it's got 2 cards.
Oh, yeah. There we go. So it's 2 cards that come with the ring. So he's wearing the ring right now. That's what's in this box. Brand new sealed, factory sealed. So you don't have to worry about me tampering it, trying to get your crypto. And then we also have a crypto tracker right over here. It's a little LCD screen, and you can program it with whatever you want to track in the crypto space. It's one of the giveaways. And a couple other items that will be on the stream, but these ones are in my hand right now. And yeah, episode 100 is coming up.
Yep, there you go. All right, well, that's it, folks. That's what I got going on. That's what Jar's got going on. So make sure you're joining him tomorrow live for the mainnet stream. Show him a little bit of support. What time is that again, Jar?
1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 6:30 UTC. When I converted it, it was 6:30 UTC. Yeah.
Hey, Andy's offering to send some of the NFTs she has in her MetaMask to anybody who's interested. So there you go. Andy, I love you. Yeah, awesome. Just absolutely awesome. All right, folks, we're going to head on out. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you to everybody in the chat. We will see you next Tuesday night, as always.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.